So, good morning, good afternoon, good Shabbos, everybody. It is Vaeschanan, and it is Shabbos Nachamu. So, really, until Mamash, I don't know, this week, Shabbos Nachamu, Woodburn, going to the Catskills. I was supposed to go to Netanya this Shabbos. I'm not staying in fancy Beit Shemesh. So, Nachamu, okay, Nachamu Ami. After the base major stroke, we have 7 weeks of Nachamu. Okay, fantastic. Never really, put all these pieces together to say exactly what's Nachamu Ami, double lashon of Nachamu Ami. Also, this parsha. It's one of these underrated parshas, I think, because Devarim is kind of it's one blurb. It's one blur of Musar until the mitzvot start up again, and then ends. Vaeschanan, okay, tefillah, Vaeschanan, davening. So there's nothing really that stands out too much Vaeschanan, but Steve Shema kind of really changes things a lot, which he does often. So first, let's focus on a few questions out of the gate. Nachamu is two times Nachamu. The other question also is, we mentioned last week, that we have V'havtas Hashem, we have Shema Yisrael in this parsha. And you think about it, it's really late in the game to talk about Avos Hashem. Avos Hashem is the most important thing a Jew has to have. Love of Hashem, serving Hashem ba'ava, Rabbi Akiva, they're killing him, serving Hashem ba'ava, dies with Echad. Why are we waiting until almost the last few weeks of the whole year to talk about Avos Hashem? Maybe we should have been gracious. Even Devarim, it's not the first thing either. Devarim, we talk about Tachacha first. So we mentioned that to get to Avos Hashem, we have to go through a lot of different stages to get to Avos Hashem. And the Siyum Shalom kind of talks about this parsha with Shabbos Nachamu really together. And it's not just comes out this year and Vaeschanan just comes out just like a coincidence, but Vaeschanan is very important because Vaeschanan has Avos Hashem. And to get to Avos Hashem, there's a long road to get there. You can't just wake up for the day and love Hashem. Sivir Shalom says the way to get to loving Hashem is by learning Torah and to really wake yourself up on a regular basis about what Hashem is, the manifestation of Hashem, the essence of Hashem, and to really find that. We have 613 mitzvos. Somewhere along the way, in your lifetime, there's mitzvos there that just really sing to you and cry out that you love Hashem. Whether it's you received chesed and oh how great Hashem is because He put in the Torah chesed because you received chesed, or giving chesed, how wonderful you feel when you perform chesed or Torah or any of the 613 mitzvos really. Puts in this feeling of love you have to Hashem. And the Sivir Shalom says, by doing this over and over again, these mitzvos, you really come to loving Hashem. So the Torah cannot have opened with Avos Bereishis bara, V'ahavta Hashem Elokecha. It couldn't open with that. It's too great a concept. It's too much work, really, to get to that. Then Sivir Shalom says you have to kind of find these things that you think about the Borei Olam, how great Hashem is, and then that'll put you to love Hashem. I personally, I like nature. Go out camping. I like, last year went to Jackson, Wyoming. And when I bicycle also, I just see the mountains and the hills and nature around you. And I think how wonderful it is, how small I am, and how great Hashem is. And that kind of wakes up. And other mitzvahs that I do just brings us Avos Hashem. And that's why it's only the 40th year after Tochacha, after the Midbar. Can we really talk about V'havta Hashem Elokecha b'chol levacha at this point? There's also in the parsha the Luchos, the second Luchos. Again, what's doing here? And the Sivir Shalom kind of puts these pieces together vis-a-vis Shabbos Nachamu, that Avos Hashem and Shabbos Nachamu was really, and the second Luchos is one and the same, because the Jewish people after the Ma'aseh Egel, they thought it was all over. They thought it was all over. We're not going to have the Torah. We're not going to have our lives. Hashem wants to destroy us. So the second Luchos really represents a second chance. It represents Hashem being close to us and wants to have a kesher with us, even after the sin, or maybe because of the sin. And that's the lesson of this. The Mishkan, the commandment of the Mishkan, comes after Hashem forgives people for the second, after the Egel, second Luchos. That day, Vayakel, Hashem comes down, Hashem forgives them on Yom Kippur, and the mitzvah of the Mishkan is right then. And that's really what we have today, and that's what we're reading tomorrow. We're reading the second Luchos, is that. And when you think about what we're going to, we just finished Tisha B'Av, and we're going to travel to Elul, and we're traveling to Tshuva with Yira. We're in the place of Ava. And we have Tu B'Av, also Ava. This is lesson of love that we're going to really face on Shabbos that we're not going to have. And the Sefer Shalom said this is one, it's interesting because every week on Sefer Shalom is like the biggest week of the year. He says, Gadol, the word, Mehashabasos Hagdolos. So he doesn't say, like Chazon, which Rabbi Yisrael says this is the most important, the most kadosh Shabbos of the year. He just says this is one of the biggest ones of the year. So he can't say every Shabbos is the biggest one of the year. Every Shabbos is different. He does say that. But the lesson that just like the Jewish people left Mitzrayim and they thought it was all over for them after the Egel, and they got the Luchos, the second pair of Luchos, and they must have been a crazy scene. They see Moshe with the second Luchos. This weight off their shoulders, this weight that they felt that they're forgiven. And not only that, but Hashem wants to be close to them. Hashem wants to be part of the world, part of the Jewish people. This only because we're Banim. Rav Meir Yehuda, they're Abadim or Banim. We're Pascha or Meir. No, we're Banim. Even after the sins, even after the Egel, we're Banim to Hashem. And Nachamu Ami, we're still the nation of Hashem. We're close to Hashem. And here's Parsha too. This Parsha with Shabbos Nachamu. As we're going to have 7 weeks of Nechama. That's the most important thing to remember, is that even after the Beis HaMikdash, even after we don't have the Karbanos, and I'm learning the mitzvahs with my son the past year, almost finished 613 for the Bar Mitzvah, most of them we can't do. We don't have a Beis HaMikdash. We don't have the level of Tahara. We don't have the Paraduma. So most of the mitzvahs we can't do. But still we're an army. Still we're a nation. Because the mitzvahs that we do leads us to Avos Hashem. And after, I personally feel when we go to Tisha B'Av and we're sitting on the floor, it's a failure. It's a failure. The fact that we don't have a Beis HaMikdash, and now we're gonna go without another Beis HaMikdash for another weeks, month, whatever it is. It's a failure. We didn't pass. But don't give up. Don't feel a failure. So the first year maybe I say I shouldn't be a failure. Shouldn't feel like a failure, because that's the worst thing, is to feel like we're failing, and to feel like there's it's a lost cause. Sefer Shalom says that's the feeling we don't want to have. There's Nachamu, yes, that you did the Avera, so you should have comfort in that. But the second level of Nachamu is do not be comforted that you're Ami and don't have Yush. And he quotes this a few times, is the worst thing of a Jew to feel is Yush, is to feel giving up. And Yetzer Hara wants that. It's, you did the sin, and the sins are so great that don't even try anymore. It's not worth it. The basement is destroyed. You did the basement destroyed, and now you're going to put tefillin on? Your sin is chinam, and there's hatred, and there's things in the news, and all these bad things taking place, and Torah is going to help you. Just give up. That's it. And that's really the worst thing. And no matter whatever Jew does, there's never nidach men nidach. There's never sending away. There's always Ami. There's always a nation. And that's really the Sefer Shalom's major lesson of Shabbos Nachamu. Nachamu. There's two Nachamu. Nachamu, we did that Avera. But Nachamu, if you feel Yush, feel comfort in that, because you're still Ami. You're still my nation. You're still my people. And you feel, unfortunately, this is the time when you feel the love. When the Beis HaMikdash was being destroyed, the Kruvim were towards each other. The people should not feel Yush. They should not feel that giving up. And this is where we feel it. When you do something really bad and your spouse or your parents or your children are still close with you, that's when you feel the love. It's easy to feel love when you take your kid to the Mets game or the Yankee game. That's easy. Oh, I love you, Dad. You're great. This and that. It's when you have to really give musser, when you have to do a father life lesson or a stare, and then you still have the love. That's when you feel the love. You know something? The matter. I'm doing the right thing. I'm trying to do the right thing by my parents, my kids, my spouse, my family, my friends, and still there's a kesher. That's when you know that there's real love there. And hopefully this is what we're feeling. Hopefully we're feeling this, and we have days from now until Avif. We have just like we had the days of thousands of years ago for Shas of Tammuz, from Luchos being destroyed until Yom Kippur. We had that time frame to go from a level of broken Luchos all the way to new Luchos. Hopefully now we feel that after the 3 weeks, Shivas of Tammuz, 3 weeks, 9 days, and now we're going to get to a total Zman of Tshuva. Hopefully we get to that point, and hopefully we kind of bounce back after Tisha B'Av that we didn't succeed in getting the base of Mikdash. We didn't succeed in that way, but there's no yish. We're not going to give up. We're going to always feel this love that Hashem has for us, Nachamu Ami, Nachamu Ami, and we're going to go into the last part of Av Ba'ava, because Hashem is going to be close to us in Elul, and we're going to get to a perfect tshuva, and hopefully we'll see the Geula really soon, even before next year's Tisha B'Av, God willing. And with that, Shabbat Shalom.